Hello, welcome along to the Fantasy Show. Game week 13 is almost here, and here's a bit of a spoiler warning for you. There is a lot of chat about chips in today's episode. Currently, there are well over 400,000 triple captain chips active, with a certain Erling Haaland facing Leeds at home. But there's also loads of free hits active as well. So let's take a look at the fixtures and see why that goes with the caveat that you've actually decided a slightly different technique with your team this season. Talk us through it. When you say not so well.
Yeah, 5-6 million, but Haaland's been on another level this season.
Yeah. And what about you, Harry? How's the last few weeks gone?
Yeah, last few weeks have gone.
Well, as I said, there's loads of chat about chips today. So let's start off with that because there's a huge number of you that currently have the triple captain chip active. Now, remember, we now get chips in both halves of the season. So if you're trying to save it for the second half, you're going to get one then as well. You've got up until game week 19 to use them. So if we look at Erling Haaland's fixtures up until game week 19, you can see why people are opting to use it now, can't you, Harry?
Yeah, it's a great week for chips in general. Both the free hit and the triple captain look great this week. We'll talk about the free hit, but yeah, triple captain.
Actually, if you don't want to use it this week, it's a great week, isn't it, with Leeds at home? But there are potentially a couple of other options there.
Yeah.
So a debate that I'm having internally at the moment, and I know Harry's very similar in terms of should we activate the free hit. But let's just focus in on Haaland a little. It's written in the stars.
Yeah, it does feel like that this week, playing at home to Leeds. You know,
Going to make you even more scared then by taking a look at Leeds' home.
Stop him.
Now, of course, you can't use two chips in the same game week, though I think a lot of us would like to in this game week, that's for sure. And a lot of people will want to free hit. The reason we often free hit is to maybe cover blanks or doubles. We don't have any of those in this first half of the season. If you take a look at the fixtures for this game week, though, can you week on Erling Haaland? So we're not going to ask you that. Instead, we're going to ask you a different question. If you had the option, and this is going to help me out, guys, would you rather play your free hit or your triple captain chip in game week 13? As always, it's the same. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen to cast your vote, and we'll check in on the standings at the end of the show. Look at that, 100% on triple captain already. As always, we'll leave the poll up until the deadline closes so you can cast your vote whenever you are watching. We'll check in on that later in the show. Okay, then, now we're going to focus on the free hit a little bit more, but don't worry if you aren't free hitting, because hopefully there's still plenty of useful advice on players that you might want to bring in. And to start off, we actually asked Harry and Mark to pick their top 5 free hit midfielders, as Harry as well. And this is what the guys kept asking why he's top of your list. Why?
Yeah, so bounce back from them at some point, but I feel like we've been saying that for a couple of weeks, but I'm hoping it might be against West Ham.
What do you think, Mark?
it's just crazy call Mo Salah a punt, isn't it? How the mighty have...
Well, in terms of fixtures, Manchester City arguably have one of the best in terms of Leeds at home. I'm sure many of us, not you, Mark, because you can't have Haaland in your...
Just 1 goal, 1 assist on the season, but with this fixture and the fixtures coming up as well, I think it's going to be his time to shine again. So Foden for me over Doku.
Now, Morgan Rogers was top of my shopping list. He's got the form and he's certainly got the fixture this weekend.
Yeah, and again, when you're on a free hit, the first thing you do is you look at...
Point at 6.9, isn't he?
Yeah, I actually started the season with Watkins and Rogers, and it didn't start very well for Aston Villa, but they've turned...
And what about Kevin Schade? Because he's gaining a lot of interest, particularly in free hit teams.
Yeah, Thiago's the obvious pick from that attack with all the penalties. And
it does feel like a lot of people are going to be free hitting out Chelsea and Arsenal players, which feels quite scary. But of course, this week they're facing each other. Was it you that kept Saka in your list, or was it Mark?
I've got Saka.
You haven't got Saka?
No.
I'm not going to if I free hit either. That's quite a scary prospect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark's not quite sold and you're keeping him.
Yeah.
Let's now move on to take a look at forwards, because Erling Haaland is a bit of a no-brainer, isn't he? Especially on a free hit. That probably means there's only 1 or maybe 2 spots up for grabs. Now, the reason I say only 1, Mark, is because Igor Thiago, he's someone that you desperately want, isn't he, Harry? I know that.
Yeah, I think he's probably the main player that I don't own this week that I wish I did and forcing me to free hit. And the other good thing, again, when you look at Brentford's fixtures, is they probably have the biggest disparity that you can get with a couple of games, with Burnley at home this week, followed by Arsenal away next week. So having the opportunity to free hit in some of these Brentford players and then not have to worry.
Well, what do we do about one particular forward who has the fixture but not the best form? Ollie Watkins, I'm talking about.
It's a funny one. It's because it's a free hit, it's 1 week, you can do whatever you want.
What do we do about Jean-Philippe Mateta going into this game week? Because he is heavily owned. I've heard that you have been mentioning another forward. You mentioned at some point this week Alexander Isak, I'm told.
Yes, when Ekitike went off midweek.
OK, well, it's time for us to take a quick break now, but while you're waiting for us to come back, here's a quick reminder to get involved in FPL Challenge. This week, you get an additional point for every recovery. The link to play is in the bottom corner of your screen, and we'll be back with plenty more Game Week 13 chat in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Fantasy Show. We're getting ready for Game Week 13 and there are lots of chips in play. Now, mostly triple captains, but there are quite a few free hits as well. And we've actually asked Harry and Mark to give us their top 4 free hit defenders in order. So let's take a look at what they have put together.
Yeah, I think it's no surprise we've both picked him as number 1. He's probably...
Whilst I like all of the players that you did pick there, when we talk about FPL and we talk about defence, the first team that comes to mind normally is Arsenal. Are you concerned that if you were to free hit and put those defenders in, you wouldn't?
I mean, we do have a record of scoring goals at home.
For Aston Villa, we're probably looking at investing in their defence. You've both gone with Matty Cash. Wolves, bottom of the league, haven't won. Struggling to score is a big problem for them. So you'd fancy them to get a clean sheet.
Yeah, and usually if you see Aston Villa home to Wolves this season, you'd be looking...
Being a Crystal Palace defender this season has felt kind of almost essential, and for a lot of it, I know you and I have both felt like we haven't quite got the one that we wanted. A lot of people have Richards or Gahey because they couldn't get to Daniel Munoz. This is the perfect opportunity to go with him on a free hit though, isn't it?
A bit more time to prepare, but...
Does give you a bit of both, doesn't he? OK, then it is time now for some team reveals. And we've been talking about all of these chips and free hits. But Harry, you're going to start us off first because as it stands, you haven't activated your free hit. So this is your current team. Yeah. You have done a draft free hit, as I would expect. This is the one that you might go for to free hit or not to?
I feel like
That's part of it, isn't it? It's the same for me. You've got to plan your chips because we have got 2 lots of them this season. OK, then let's move on to Mark, because in case anyone missed it earlier, you've decided to go the entire season without Salah and Haaland. And of course, Haaland's got Leeds at home this week. So what's your plan to try and cover that? On the show, we've been talking about the teams with the great fixtures, Aston Villa and Manchester City. There's a very good chance, looking at that team, that you go into the game week without either.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big weekend, doesn't it? OK, then let's turn our attention to the captaincy. Let's just say it as it is. It's just got to be, well, maybe not for you, Mark. It's just got to be Erling Haaland, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Home to Leeds, and he just is so focal to that City team. I feel like it's got to be him.
And it's just a case, isn't it, well, whether to triple captain if you have the option.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're not...
Don't have him.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be, Thiago...
I just keep doing a pause, Haaland. Who would be the next best option?
Yeah, I'd either try and go for someone else at Manchester City to try...
A lot of penalties, but that's what we want from our captains, isn't it, to be on penalties. OK, then let's take a look at our poll, because remember, we asked you, would you rather play your free hit or your triple captain this week? And as you can see, triple captain is winning. There will be people like myself that have both chips available. Which would you say is the better to play this week?
I think if you're looking at your team and you can use the free hit this week, you're better off doing the free hit, because there are other opportunities to use the triple captain like we spoke about.
Triple captain for you?
Yeah, free hit. I think the more I look at the fixtures...
Well, thank you guys for coming in. Great to have you back in the studio with us, Mark. You're going to be pressing that free hit, aren't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I can tell. I think I am as well. It's been on triple captain, I thought, all this week. But I think after this show, I'm going to be free hitting as well. Now, remember, there is no early game on Saturday, so your deadline is at 1:30 p.m. UK time. That's 90 minutes for those 3 p.m. matches. And if you are playing a chip, remember to activate it. Have a great game week, and we'll see you again next week to see how it all went. Bye-bye, guys.